Hey everyone, Mike here from Clear Brands Grow. So welcome to part 4 of my step-by-step website makeover. In yesterday's video we went from our starting website to our slightly improved website, and we basically touched on changing the top of your header, so adding basically a description of what you do to your logo, reducing your navigation, sort of decluttering it, and then adding a clear, obvious call to action. In today's video, I am going to show you how to transform the center of your header, and that primarily focuses on the copy that we use. So we have our headline, and we have like a subheading, and we also have a call to action. So in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you how I would tweak my own website to improve the amount of leads it generates. But before we move on, just notice how the headline for this particular website is very much focused on the business itself. So it talks about itself quite a lot and makes a big thing about itself. And then the line underneath is a bit ambiguous, like, what is the digital landscape? Define a forward-thinking brand. It's all a bit confusing and doesn't help the visitor understand how you solve their problems or how you make their life better. So what I've done is I've already mocked up the next sort of step or the next stage of this website transformation, and it is here. So what I've done is, rather than focusing on the company, which a lot of websites do, I'm focusing on the website visitor. So what does the website visitor want? What is their problems? So I've changed my headline to "Wake up to new leads in your inbox every morning." Now it's a really easy way of people understanding what I do without saying this is what I do. I've kind of said this is what you'll end up with, and this is what they really want. Like, hopefully someone coming to me wants more leads. So that sentence alone kind of like just ticks that box off, like, okay, cool, that's exactly what I want. I haven't used any ambiguous language. It's very obvious, and it paints like a nice picture of what they can expect. And then my sort of subheading, I've just elaborated further, just explained, touched on the problem again. So, convert more website visitors. That implies that they're not converting many now, which again obviously touches on the problem. So overall, I've just changed it to convert more website visitors into paying customers by turning your website into a lead generating machine. So I've just elaborated on kind of the main headline, a bit more detail as to what we do and how we help them, but again in simple language, no technical jargon, very easy to understand. So they should be hooked by now. And just to let you know, this is actually this isn't on my website yet, but this is the copy that I've been working on for my updated website. So you're getting a bit of a sneak peek. You'll then notice that I've repeated the main call to action. So book a consultation is underneath my headline and subheading. Just make your call to action like really obvious, and that includes repeating it in multiple places. You won't appear pushy. You'll just come across as being really helpful because, and this is where obviously I won't go into it now, but actually I will repeat this main call to action essentially in every section of my homepage, so that as people scroll down, there's always a call to action. When someone decides to do business with you, they haven't got to scroll around and look around for where your call to action button is. It should always be there. It also just shows you're confident in what you do. So if you just have one, it looks a bit passive, but if you have more than one call to action, it looks great. And that's what I would do to the center of the website, or of my header. In the next video, I will talk about adding a secondary call to action, adding something I call a value stack, and actually getting round to making the most of the background image. I haven't mentioned that to date, but obviously this image is not appropriate for a marketing agency. So they're the things I'll touch on tomorrow. So until then, get clear and take action.